Hi, welcome to How Do You Like Your Coffee? I am your host, Chris, and today I come in defense of SSSniperwolf. Yeah, I know you guys who know Sniper Wolf. She can defend herself pretty darn well, but I just couldn't help myself. I've been thinking about the video a lot. It was a reaction to That Vegan Teacher Fails Me. Fails as what? I started watching it, like I do all of her reaction videos. Enjoy them to the hill. I really enjoy watching her reaction videos. Especially Darman Mondays. They're awesome. And, I'm a fan of Darman and as a Sniper Wolf, so they come in great together. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about That Vegan Teacher. Now, when I first saw this, I'm there, how dare she? Oh my goodness, to judge somebody like that. Then I thought to myself, this cannot be serious. This has got to be for entertainment purposes, maybe for clicks, maybe for views. I'm not sure. But I checked her channel out and found out that she is as serious as the plague. I guess what's rolling around in my mind and what's bugging me the most is passing judgment onto others and not minding what's in our own backyards, not sowing our own seeds. Instead we are walking to our neighbors and telling him how to sow his seeds is what I'm talking about. Metaphorically speaking, of course. I thought it was very bold and obnoxious. And I thought, as I was looking at the videos that are available on her channel, I realized that she has done this to more than one person. And it's all for the same reason. You're an omnivore. You are doing something wrong and you should be converted. You should feel guilty for what you're doing. You fail. You fail as what? If you fail as a human being because of your beliefs, you fail as, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I mean, as I'm looking at her channel, I saw about. And on this about section, she's against homophobia and racism, and she's an animal activist and such like that. Okay, let's go on that homophobia and racism. Okay, when you're against two of those things, I would want to believe that you are also against judging people for what they believe in, which means, maybe what they eat, how they live their lives, the religious preferences and things like that. You would think that that would be also one of your pet peeves, that you don't like something like that. But for some reason, That Vegan Teacher does it very well. There's also a few other things that bothered me. It bothered me that she mentioned eggs and you're preventing hens from having your babies. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know where she took biology, but and I've had birds who have laid unfertilized eggs, and yes, fertilized eggs. I knew people who raised chickens. Farmers do not, and if any farmer is going to be watching this, I hope that at least one who knows about farming can reiterate on what I'm saying and verify it and say, yes, that is true. Farmers do not and have not used fertilized eggs to be eaten. Plain and simple. If it's an unfertilized egg, it's just either going to sit there and rot. The hen's going to kick it out of the nest somehow at some point, or she's going to eat it herself. It's life. You know, I mean, when you're taking an egg, you're taking an unfertilized egg. You're taking garbage, okay? You know how a woman ovulates? That's what happens to a hen and many other birds as well. The egg passes through, she lays the egg. It's no good to her now. That egg is no good to her now. It's a dud. It doesn't have anything in it. That is which you are eating is not an embryo. It could have been if it was fertilized, and I'm not going to go through how that happens unless you want me to, but it is unfertilized. It is useless. The only thing it's going to be good for is now eating. Now, let's get on to dairy products. You're taking away from the cow the calf that the cow has to feed. Okay. On that note, also known farmers too, if you want to prevent animal suffering, you are going to milk your cows. Otherwise, they become engorged, and it becomes very painful for the cow. So it's very helpful to the cow to be milked. And I believe the last I knew, at least the people that I've known have either grown up on a farm or have been farmers, they have had to milk their cows twice a day to prevent engorging. Also, everybody should become a vegan. I want you to picture this for one moment. Picture the whole entire world being a vegan. Every human being on earth now has become a vegan. Okay? Now, picture that while I tell you this story. A local college near me wanted to save the deer. That's right, the local deer. They're beautiful, they're cute, you know, they're absolutely wonderful animals. However, in a couple years after these animals were under protection and they're at this reserve that the college has made for them, no hunter can touch them now. So like I said, a couple years go by, and they're begging hunters, they're begging hunters to come on this land and hunt these deer, because out from this reserve, and I thought myself it was a great idea until this happened. The animals overpopulated. There was no more room left for them. They began to having to migrate into the city area. They were getting hit by cars. They were dying on the side of the road of starvation and disease. They ran out of food. They pretty much had no place to go. So in saving them, it became to the point where it was making them suffer, and they were dying horrible deaths because of saving them, okay? And Sniper Wolf said if you didn't eat chickens, they would rule the world. Can you imagine chickens and everything in the streets? Chickens and cows and all kinds of animals that we're normally used to eating in the street, they're starving because there's so many of them, and there's no control of the population because, you know, we can't control that at all. I mean, we can't find a way to control that besides, you know, eating them in the form of steak or cheeseburger, pork chop. And another thought on that. Wool. Okay? Vegans don't wear wool. Okay? But to tell everybody else, don't you wear wool because you're hurting the sheep. Whether you're going to wear that wool or not, a shepherd is going to shear his sheep. Unless you're willing to wear your winter coat all summer long. Sheep would very much suffer if they had to wear that wool entire summers long. I mean, we're talking heat. Very hot summers. If you are willing to give your dog a haircut, and you know you're giving your dog a haircut because during the summertime, especially if you got one of those very, 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 very furry dogs, then you'll understand that sheep need to be sheared. They have to be. Same with alpacas. I knew somebody who owned alpaca farm, and they had to shear them every single year. Warm weather coming around, they had to shear them because the heat got to them. So that would be an omnivore's argument. There's probably so much more I could say on that. And of course, I know that vegans and vegetarians have their arguments too, and that's great. Nobody's wrong. Nobody's wrong when it comes to their beliefs. And that's the main point that I'm going to get at right now. Even the Bible suggests that we don't butt into anybody else's business. And the way I was taught is the backyard. Sow your seeds in your own backyard. Never mind telling the man next door how to sow his seeds. Even the Bible states this, that you mind your own business and work with your hands, so you don't have to depend on anyone else. Not going to sit through a whole explanation of how this comes about, but in all, very, very upset about that video, and the fact that there was judgment, and the fact that she doesn't recognize that there is a whole new argument on the other side. And not to mention, she has only been a vegan for about 5 years, roughly about 5 years, 2016. She acts as if, and I'm telling you, this is the air I get. This is what I get from what I have seen, as I didn't want to click on too many videos, is that she acts as if she's never, ever touched a piece of beef or a chicken nugget or glass of milk or had turkey for Thanksgiving. She acts as if this has never been something she has done. So it seemed a lot hypocritical to me, judgmental. And if I had to get a piece of paper out right now, which I'm not going to do, it's like I said, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. The only thing that makes her wrong is judging people and trying to make them feel guilty and trying to convert them to otherwise feel a different way or believe in something else. It's great if you can get somebody that's, questioning, how does a vegan live? How do you live? And they're interested in becoming a vegan. Then sure, sit down with them and let them know, how you live and things like that. But trying to convert somebody and make them feel guilty, it's just, wrong in my mind. And I think that I'm hoping that at some point she realizes this and can accept it. I know of many vegans, not personally in my life, but that even on YouTube and out in the world, they do not try to convert their friends, their dates, even their spouses, their co-workers. They don't try to do this. They live as their vegan selves, and they do well at it. And they allow their friends to live as omnivores, and they do well at it. And this whole thing, we have our vegans, our vegetarians, our omnivores, even carnivores. And with all of us together, it is creating a nice balance on the earth. And nobody's wrong about what they're eating. That's the plain and simple point. We cannot make people feel bad about what they're doing or wrong about what they're doing. And the whole argument I made earlier about why I'm an omnivore is to say that, yes, we have an argument too. We're not just going to say, oh, it's for the taste of it. Of course we like the taste of it, yes. But we also have other reasons as well. And I think it should be noted and recognized and accepted. Plain and simple. Just like I'm sure I can speak for many, many omnivores who know vegans and can say, yeah, they do pose a great argument. but I don't have the self-control they do. I am still going to eat my meat and drink my milk and eat my eggs. Well, my friend who is a vegan will not. And we are going to live harmoniously together and not judge one another because we are two different people. With that thought in mind, I hope this made sense to you. I hope that it didn't go too much on a tangent. But like I said, you be you, Sniper Wolf. Keep up the great work, because your comebacks were pretty darn good too, in your defense, and well deserved. Well deserved. Great job. Until next time, everyone, give a like for Sniper Wolf before you go, and keep that coffee hot and the pinkies up. I'll be seeing you.